The committees of correspondence are groups of communication. This was how the American colonies shared information, ideas, and how they maintained organized. Samuel Adams, the leader of a patriot group named Sons of Liberty, established the first committees of correspondence in Boston, 1764. By 1772, half of 260 towns had established committees of correspondence, and most of the other colonies did as well a year later. These groups were set all over town to develop a system of government to address issues such as the Sugar Act, Stamp Act, and how prices were going up.
My topic is the Continental Congress. The first Continental Congress met in 1774 in Philadelphia. It's also known as the Philadelphia Conference. Some notable people were there, such as Ben Franklin and Samuel Adams. It was a very brief conference. They just talked about the intolerable acts and what they would do from there. The following year, they had another conference, and this time they were discussing more things of seceding from the British. The following year after that, in 1776, Thomas Jefferson joined, and they were writing plans for the Declaration of Independence. The first conference held had 56 delegates. Georgia wasn't there because they needed British protection. And that's all I have for that.
Next up is the battles of Lexington and Concord, fought on April 19, 1775. These were the first battles of the American Revolution, and they were the start of the rest of the Revolution. In this battle, the British killed about 3,500 militiamen, and the colonists killed and wounded about 90 redcoats. While the colonists effectively lost those battles, they were able to prove that they could stand up to the British. This gave the colonists the hope that a revolution could be won against the British. With this hope came an increase of support for the revolution itself.
After about a year of being at war with Britain, the Second Continental Congress decided it was time for the colonies to officially declare their independence. In June 11, 1776, Continental Congress appointed 5 leaders to write a draft. The 5 members were Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Robert Livingston, Roger Sherman, and Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson made the first draft, and over the next few weeks, the rest of the committee made changes to it. It was finally presented to Congress on June 28, 1776, and on July 4, 1776, the Congress officially adopted the final version. The Declaration was a formal legal document that announced to the world the reasons that led the 13 colonies to separate from the British Empire. Much of the Declaration sets forth a list of abuses that were blamed on George III. The Declaration's most famous sentence reads, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that amongst these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness."